August 14th, Saturday. The sun sets, the meeting time approaches. Bon and Rose seem like the type that don't mind making others wait, but hate being kept waiting. I better head out. This feeling... Yep, it's here. A whisper comes from somewhere. It's time for a tale. The man found a poor little birdie. The man wanted to save the little birdie. The whispering stops. Cold sweat slides down my cheek and drips off the peak of my chin. But my breathing remains composed. My heart rate staying pretty steady too. Is it because I made up my mind to do this? Or am I just used to all this now? Even I'm not sure which is true. I leave the apartment and take a deep breath of fresh air. Tonight I'm going to put an end to this. I arrive at Kisoji Station and make my way over to the Black Rabbit. The lights are on inside. Is Aunt Natsume still there? Hey, Light, I let myself in. My throat's feeling a little better thanks to the meat I had. I walk in and find Rose in good spirits, and Natsume is nowhere to be seen. Did you break into the place again? Alcohol is the salve that heals life's wear and tear. You could even say it's a life companion. You'll understand when you become an adult. Hey, so you're both here already. Pour me a glass too, Light. I'll take some of your top shelf bourbon. On the rocks, if you please. Do you ever get tired of being so surly? You should practice smiling in front of a mirror. Our lives are on the line again tonight. Indulging in a good drink when facing down that situation is to be expected. So come on, don't keep your customer waiting. This is going on your tab. I've helped Aunt Natsume at the bar before, so I know what to do. I go behind the counter and pull a bottle from the back. I put some ice into a rocks glass and pour the dark amber liquid in. A burnt smell wafts up. Bon impatiently snatches the glass from me and pounds down the liquor. Oh, that'll put hair on your chest. So, Light, did you get us some info about Miroku? More or less. I filled them in on everything Aunt Natsume told me about Yakumo Miroku last night. I see. It definitely looks like that cruel hobby of his definitely made it into his work. They shouldn't have definitely there twice. But I'm finding it hard to believe that he'd abduct and kill young girls just for his writing. I tried following the thread of those previous abductions. Over the past few decades, 4 girls went missing near the Miroku residence. Half a year ago, a middle school girl named Tsubasa Oe vanished. So, shouldn't that be Tsubasa? She was on her way back from ballet class. And interesting note for you guys, Tsubasa translates to wing, I believe. She was a pretty girl who people expected to become a prima donna in the future. On her way back from ballet class, that means... Yeah, the recording of that T-tape is a news clip about Tsubasa Oe's abduction. We also found a ballet flyer in the mansion. Could that have been... Yeah, Tsubasa Oe was slated to perform in the show advertised on that flyer. I think she was the star of the second act. The second act was... Lac de Ken, Duck Lake. Yeah, Tsubasa Oe was going to play the part of the princess who gets turned into a duck. She was apparently really excited for it and put her heart and soul into practicing. She went to the ballet classroom every day and danced barefoot until the sun set. And then she went missing just before the show. She was so eagerly awaiting to perform. What a soul-crushing tale. I'm sure that was devastating for her. Okay, now for the rest. 10 years before that, a girl named Sachi Kirishima disappeared. Then 20 years ago, it was Ai Mishima. And the last one 30 years ago, Hana Manabe. You don't have any more info on those 3? Unfortunately, I couldn't fully investigate them. They're pretty old cases, after all. All I know is that they were all kids who were in their early teens. Tsubasa Oe was the only middle schooler, but the other 3 were all in elementary school. The first letters of their names match the tapes. T, S, A, and H. The pieces are all starting to fit together. I think we can safely assume that Yakumo Miroku abducted all those girls. Once every 10 years. A young girl around the same age was kidnapped by a children's author, almost like some kind of ritual. It really piques one's curiosity. Miroku must have had some nerve. He kept kidnapping girls right by his house, and no one ever put two and two together. I'd say it's the opposite, actually. For him, his neighborhood was the safest place to do it. Didn't your mother tell you? Most of Miroku's relatives are famous. Some of them are on the Shinzo Ward Council, or they work somewhere in the government. They probably kept all the heat off Miroku just to make sure they didn't get any blowback. If people suspected a relative of theirs was a criminal, they could lose their positions. And such is the disgusting state of the world. People really are the worst monsters of all. For me, scumbags like that are a great business opportunity. Enough of that, though. Time to get to the mansion and put an end to this. Yeah. I'm expecting you two to earn that free drink you just had. Yeah, I'm planning on it, kid. I leave the Black Rabbit with two tipsy adults in tow. They'll probably sober up by the time we get to the Miroku residence. I walk alone down a path that I'm already far too familiar with. Just before I'm inside of the Miroku residence, that horrifying presence appears once again. Wow, this is fast. Countless mouths surface and begin crudely laughing. It's almost the finale of the tale. The birdie becomes a crane and repays the man. Tonkarari from beyond the door. However, I don't feel too bent out of shape. I figured it'd come right about now. Hey, you're here. What is it? You don't look too good. Did something happen on the way here? That damn curse shut up. That time limit you're talking about. Mouths that only you can see appear, right? Sounds crazy to me, but... Spiritual phenomena that only the affected person can perceive are quite common. Besides, Light has his blood material, remember? It's not unusual that he would see quite a few things that others can't. It's supposed to be a death curse, but you don't seem too phased, Light. Well, it's the third time it's happened. I think I'm kind of getting used to it. Getting used to it? Seriously? You really are an interesting child. I've seen many cursed people, but I've never seen anyone as dauntless as you. I guess Rosé's not the only one here who's fearless. Can't keep up with you two, jeez. In any case, I don't have much time. This will be settled before the sun rises. I see. Guess it is the third day, after all. We're definitely getting closer to the truth. When it all comes down to it, our main issue, Rosé looks up at the window, is the fact that we haven't gotten there. We'll get there, no matter what. Come on, let's start. Give me a ladder and a brick and I'll get right through that window. Alright, Rosé, you be on the lookout. Leave it to me. See you later. Alright, let's go. I don't really know if there's a difference in which one you take with you. Neither one are really that impressive to me. Nothing inside the mailbox, anything going on with the bush. Not on fire, so that means my family is not in the area. May as well just bite the bullet and go through the front door. We come to the front entrance of the Miroku residence once again. 3 frames. That must mean we're supposed to hang the masks here. Yeah, I'm sure of that. My question is, where do we put each one? Decorative wooden frame. Nothing said on the frame. It must represent the types of masks that need to be put here. Miroku is a fairy tale novelist, so I'd bet this is related to fairy tales. When I think about fairy tales that deal with cherry blossoms, I think Hanasaka Jisan. You know, the one about the old man and the neighbor that kills the treasure-finding dog? In the end, the old man's cherry blossoms get him blessed, but the neighbor ends up in jail. Man, Japanese people in olden times really loved cherry blossoms. It's probably something to indicate the type of mask. Miroku's a novelist, tied fairy tales for retribution. Feels like a common theme for fairy tales. Kachi Kachi Mountain comes to mind, but there's no rabbit or raccoon mask, so that's not it. The last is a really vague clue. Maybe if we went with the process of elimination, we could figure this out. Crap. Yeah, I don't really know much about the middle one. It sounds like the left one is supposed to be the dog or hound or some kind of mask like that. So we'll go into the living room. I'm a little surprised there aren't any dolls here. Nothing lurking in the windows. Nothing on the shelf. Can we order a pizza? Well, this is a bust. Let's try the bedroom. So, yeah. So I want to look at the charm again. Because this is supposed to be the dog, right? Or because I talk about the old man, too. The old man, neighbor kills the treasure-finding dog. So let's try putting the Okina mask here. Can we pick that back up, or...? Common theme for fairy tales. Because of a mountain... Like, I was thinking maybe a monkey lives there? I'm not sure. Okay, the passageway opened up. So did I actually get this right, or is this just like gonna kill me for going through with the wrong answer? Great job, I was just lucky. Go on, there's gotta be something pretty important up ahead. Yeah, I have no clue. Something appears inside the secret passageway. It's a ladder. Man, it feels like we're finally going to put the finishing pieces on this story. It certainly is giving off a dangerous vibe. We better be prepared for anything if we're going to climb it. I climb up the ladder. I hold my breath as I climb up the ladder, and... it was exactly as we figured. There's nothing here. The vast attic fills our vision. Look behind that sliding door. Yeah, let's be careful. Or we can just burn the place down and call it a day. An old paper lantern. For some reason it's not dirty or covered in dust. It even looks like it's been used recently. For some reason the center feels slightly warm, like there'd been a flame there recently. See, the game is dropping subtle hints to cleanse this place with fire. The sliding doors are lit up by the lights. The light coming through is gentle and soft. I quietly edge over the sliding door as I extend my hand to open it. Please don't look inside. What the? An odd figure appears as we hear the voice. There it is. Is that thing the screaming author? I know it's dangerous, but we have to do this. No matter what's lurking behind the door, we can't just turn our backs here. I forcefully open the sliding door and attempt to rid myself of my fear and doubt. There's nothing here. That's what it looks like. All we see is a completely empty room. An antique-looking chest. There's a lock on the chest. This lock is pretty old. I'd guess that woman's picking tools won't work on this relic. We're probably better off just hunting for the key. Rose will not be able to open the lock. I noticed a sheet of black paper that was under the chest. What's this? Carbon paper. I guess a kid like you wouldn't know. It's carbon paper. They use it to make copies. There's a dull antique mirror here. Nothing stands out about it other than the fact that it's so cloudy and doesn't reflect well. The tatami is steeped in blood. The bloodstain is pretty big. Something terrible obviously happened here. I should be able to see something. Oh. Okay, so you can see the CGs if you hit Y. Hit the wrong button and we learned something. I kneel the tatami and adjust my breathing. I quietly press my palm against the mat. But a mass of jumbled images fills my mind, and I can't tie them into any single image. Seems like this blood doesn't just belong to one person. It's going to be really hard for me to get anything useful out of it. I take out the hand towel. Okay, my plan there didn't work. We use the cute socks here. So I'm gonna guess maybe some stuff has changed in the house as of us going up there and, you know, throwing open the door. So let's go over here, see if there's anything. Gain used to disappointment. Yeah, so far this is definitely going to be my least favorite. It's just so weird that you can find in such a small space. Can't see if these are... Yeah, this one is sparkling, but I can't tell if those are. That one is. There's an old typewriter here. There are black stains all over the keys. The keys are completely rusted. I'm not even sure if it'll work. There's already a sheet of paper set into it, and I see part of something typed on it. No ongaesi? Blank no ongaesi. Well, you obviously gotta fill in the blank. Seems like a reference to that crane story. So, something fairy tale related that would complete no ongaesi. Sheets of paper. Most of them are blank sheets, but there are a few with some sort of title typed onto it. Sitakiri Hana, Kobutori I. Sitakiri Hana and Kobutori I. Guess they refer to Sitakiri Suzume and Kobutori Jisan. Wow, this one had to have been a nightmare to translate. I gotta give it up to the devs, or the translator on this one. Miroku's works are takes on fairy tales, so it makes sense that the titles are references. Yeah, but it's all going over my head. Sheets of paper. Most of them are blank sheets. Few some sort of title. Sati Kanigasen. Sati Kanigasen, huh? Based on the other... This must be referring to Saru Kanigasen. Also looks like the typist prefers Kunrei Shiki romanization. If they're using the Hepburn system, TI would be Chi, and 2 would be Su, but... Whoever's leaving these puzzles behind is obviously using Kunrei Shiki. But this bit of trivia will be super useful in your life. Carbon paper. Can we use this? Bond carefully examines the typewriter. I think it'll work. You should be able to get some letters if you put it in between the hammers and the paper. Put the carbon paper into the typewriter, take the place of the ink ribbon. Okay, so that may have been the problem. Blood material on the keyboard, the rusted sections may actually be blood. I feel around a section of the keys looks particularly dirty. I hear coughing sounds. They sound like they're from a person that's in pain. I think I've heard this voice before. This voice. Eventually the coughing stops, and then, in a firm voice, the voice says something. Engrave my fairy tale. Just now that was him. It's the voice of the man on the tape. Did you hear something? Engrave my fairy tale. That's what he said. As I speak the words, the typewriter begins to make sounds on its own. Is he telling us to type it with this? A, B, S, T, U are the only working letters. Yeah, that makes sense because we have to get the girl's name. The one that wasn't referenced in the other papers, which is Tsubasa. And then since they tell you it's the Kunrei Shiki style, it's not Su, it's Tu. T, U, B, A, S, A. I feel all of it out. Whoa. The keyboard starts clattering on its own again. Even the keys that were stuck fast earlier are now smoothly typing onto the paper. I think this is what they refer to as psychography. We gawk at it as the paper fills with sentences and rolls onto the typewriter. We pick up the paper and look it over. This is what was written on it. I failed with many of them in the past. However, I managed to save the 4th birdie. Though it is their role, all the birdies have lost all 4 limbs. It's truly saddening. The 4th birdie wails that it does not want to be seen and it wants to die. Truly a pity. I shall at least give her wings, and transform her from a little birdie into a beautiful crane. If she became a crane, I'm sure it would show me utmost gratitude, even if it died. That's all the typewriter writes. Hey, line? Suddenly, Bond points at the bed. Take a look at that. What is that? When did it get that way? There's now a bulge in the bed that looks like someone is sleeping in it. I'm having to stop like every 5 minutes, so this thing's gonna be like a mishmash mess. The bed is bulging suspiciously. Quick, use your crowbar and beat it. The bulge is about the size of a grown man laying down sideways. It smells like rotten food. Yeah. A powerful stench violates our noses. We've been in this room several times before, but never smelled like it did now. Something has definitely gone bad here. I'm sure it's what's causing that bulge. Light, try looking under the sheet. The smell gets more and more intense as I get closer to the bed. Trying to breathe as little as possible, I place my hand at the corner of the blanket and I pull it back in one motion. What the fuck is this? On the bed lies a lump of meat that is covered in rot. The skin of what looks like a head on the pillow seems to be infested with maggots. It looks like the corpse of a man. Why are there so many arms? The most bizarre thing about the corpse is that there are many arms stapled together. They're all skinny and flexible looking. They must belong to little girls. Looks like the kid's arms are embalmed. I'm guessing they belong to the girl from the Bond's words are cut off. He was gonna say tape. Why would anyone do this? Did the spirit do this? I wouldn't be so sure about that. Take a look at the tool next to the corpse. It's a surgical stapler. It's used to staple open wounds shut. It's for stapling together flesh, you mean? Yeah, you got it. There's a chance this man stapled those arms to his own body himself. I can't bear to look at the freakish corpse any longer, so I covered it up and leave the room. That corpse. It must be Yakumo Miroku. I don't know what he looks like, but judging by the white hair, I'd bet it was him. Hang on. If Miroku's here, then who's the screaming author? Someone who died in this place while leaving behind an intense grudge. And if it isn't Miroku, you know who that leaves, right? Hearing the word grudge, my mind immediately thinks of the tear-filled screams and pleas of the girls that were recorded on those tapes. That means... I recall the contents of the Tsubasa no Onga Ace that came out of the typewriter earlier. I failed with many of them in the past. However, I managed to not kill the fourth birdie. Because I'm sure that even if it were to die, it would be able to die in peace. We haven't found the fourth girl doll, and what the title Tsubasa no Onga Ace indicates, the spirit, must be T, the last girl killed by Miroku. Fuck. I feel my stomach turn once again. Yet another time it's happened since I entered this place. I'm sure any sane person would feel the same. But I can't allow myself to look away from it. I have to face the tragic reality. If I can't, then I may as well just embrace my coming death. Right. Let me give this to you. It was next to the pillow where the corpse was. Bond tosses a small pouch to me. It contains an old key, a syringe with liquid, and an empty medicine bottle. Old key and syringe. But nothing about the medicine bottle. The label on the bottle reads, Midazolam. Midazolam is a benzodiazepine sedative. It's used in pre-anesthetic medication. He might have been using it when he was operating on the kids. The key is probably... It probably goes to the chest in the attic. The size matches with the keyhole. The old chest sitting in the back of the attic that seemed like it was hidden away. Seems like it's finally time to open it. This feeling. The screams from the mouths pierce my brain. The tale has reached happily ever after. Don't peek in, don't peek in, don't peek in, don't peek in, don't peek, don't peek, don't. Please don't look, don't look, don't look, don't, please don't, please don't, please don't look. I don't have much time left. I gotta go to the attic. Anything over here? I have a feeling that pizza guy is going to be coming. The door from earlier at the end of the path is gone. We return to the attic. The paper lantern is emitting a white light. What the hell's going on? The sliding door is now completely open, and I hear what sounds like pained breathing. I pleaded, and still... do you mean you pleaded? After clicking my tongue, I walk towards the voice to see what's there. My whole body is wrapped up in something that comes from overhead. I'm quickly jerked up into the air, and the impact causes me to drop my flashlight. Oh crap, the flashlight. I feel like I'm a bug that's floating around inside a spider web. Fuck, what the hell's going on? Bon, you're in the way, move over. How exactly do you want me to do that? I'm completely flipped upside down. I squeeze my head against Bon's body so I can actually see. A dark silhouette falls from the ceiling and its outline began to gradually form. Shit, so this is the screaming author. From the front, a scream pierces my mind and I see stars for a minute. Think, how should I deal with this? Once again, I take a deep breath and try to focus my concentration on one point. But... I think the fact that I'm all tied up like this is preventing me from fully concentrating. You gotta be kidding me. Stop that voice. Damn it, I can't move. Hey, I can move an arm, that's something, right? What do we do? So we can interact with her torso, her head, and her wires. The wires stretch very tightly. It feels like it'd cut me if I touched it. It's vibrating considerably. Maybe it's resonating with the scream. So it's like an instrument. That's right, back at the passage. With Zane mimicked a communicating cry and we managed to survive. Hurry it up, I'm going to die. Hey, take the clump of stiff hair out of my backpack. Clump of stiff hair? What the hell are you going to do with that? Stop talking, just hurry up and get it. Okay, got it. What do you want me to do with it? Rub it against the wire as hard as you can. What? You know what? Whatever. Here goes. Bond straightens the bundle of hair and firmly rubs it on the wire. The hair is still being rubbed on the wire, and the scream gradually dies down. The screaming author moves a bit, which causes us to move around quite a bit too. In my new position, I can't see what's in front of me once again. On the bright side, the movement also frees up one of my arms. Hey, you alright? Damn it, these wires are got me wrapped tight. The voice is coming from above me. Looks like the weight I feel on my back is Bon. Forcing my head into a position where I can see again, I see the screaming author's bird-like leg. Not a crane. Please, not a crane. Is it crying? Just kill it. If it screams again, we're done for. Not a crane. What the hell does it want me to do? So have you read the flyer? This creepy-looking leg looks like a bird's. Perhaps because it notices me looking at its legs, the screaming author gets noisy. So, if you haven't read the flyer, here you go. Pause, because the solution is... you need some yellow paint. I remember what was written on the ballet flyer that we found in the bedroom. First act, collection of pieces, /ballet/others. Second act, Lac de Con. Please enjoy their energy and spirit as they perform adorned in adorable colors. If the screaming author is Child T, the girl who was killed last, she must regret how she wasn't able to perform at the recital. I take out the spray paint, reach towards the leg, and start spraying. Hey, what are you doing? I paint the bird-like leg yellow. The screaming author looks at its legs and... it feels like it smiles a bit. The screaming author repositions itself once more. Whoa. I feel like I'm a blender or a clothes dryer as my world flips upside down. I'm all tangled up again. I can only move my leg, and this time I'm upside down. It's a bit more slack now, but if it keeps doing this, it's gonna kill me. Burn it. Burn all of it. What's it saying? Hey, what's wrong? If you don't pay attention, you're going to get us flipped over again. I know. Let's do this. Scene 3. I see the fire from the paper lantern at the tatami mats above my head. I might be able to reach it. So you need something that'll burn. This will take a while to light. This will burn pretty well. Take the incense from my backpack and light it on fire with the paper lantern. Paper lantern? That seems far. Can I reach it? Bond tries to reach the lantern. Damn it. The incense just can't quite reach the paper lantern. In that case... Hey, this is going to hurt a bit, but focus and power through, okay? Wait, what are you planning? My reply to Bond is a heavy kick to the back with my free leg. Good God, that hurts! The force of the kick is enough to get the incense to touch the lantern's flames. Smoke creeps out of the incense where it touched the fire, and it quietly starts to burn. Alright. Obtained lit incense. Alright, I have a fire source now. Just gotta find a spot that'll burn easily. The screaming author flaps again, and my world spins around once more. I'm basically face to face with it, which makes it seem intentional. Whoa. Bond is rendered speechless. Hurry, hurry! The screaming author sounds like it's trying to tell us something. Damn it, I'm all wrapped up again. Hold on, I'll end this. I can see the torso of the screaming author. It hurts to see its tattered clothes. Where should I strike to finish it off? Bond, pass me that incense. Like it's that simple. Bond moves around, though bound, and tries to hand me the lit incense, but... We try a bunch of times, but I still can't get it. It's no use, I can't reach you. Guess we have no choice. Throw it to me. Guess we're all in on this. Alright, here's hoping we don't crap out. With a flick of the wrist, the lit incense gets tossed towards me in an odd arc. If I just sit like this, I won't catch it. Come on, reach! The wire digs deep into my flesh, but I fight through the pain and reach out for it. Hot! The incense scorches my fingertips, but I manage to grab hold of it. Nice catch, now finish it. This'll do it. I stretch my arm out as far as I can and press the lit incense onto the screaming author. What's happening? Just hold on, The screaming author stares at us quietly, but... Then it shakes its head slightly and takes a deep breath to scream once again. But just at that moment, its clothes catch fire and the flames engulf them. Purification. Inside the flames, the screaming author kicks its legs almost joyfully and then falls to ashes on top of the tatami mat. We live to suck another day. Ow! The wires that held us tight are cut, and we drop pretty roughly. Well, looks like we lived through this. Yeah, somehow. Like usual, the curse disappears, but wondering how much longer This is going to keep happening. It makes me depressed. I look at the floor where the screaming author fell to the ground, but it had disappeared. Now there's just a pool of blood in its place. If you use your powers, you should be able to get some information about your sister, right? Come on, hurry up and try it. Yeah. Getting closer to the pool of blood, I slowly press my fingertip against it. I see Ami trapped in a place that seems to be the bathroom. It's the same scene as before. It's now 2 weeks since Ami disappeared, so I've been worried about her health, but inside the vision, it doesn't look like Ami's any different than she was when she was taken. I want to get out. How long do I have to stay in here? Mom? Big brother? Ami groans in a tearful voice with her head drooped down. I hear a high-pitched sound like two hard objects rubbing against each other next to Ami. Ami's entire body lurches up as if she was just hit with an electrical shock. Ami, I came to play with you. Kakuya appears and gently pets Ami's head. At the same time, a doll arm under her sleeve tightly grips Ami's body, almost as if it was intended to be seen by anyone watching this vision. Ami, have you gotten used to Kakurio? Ami seems to be refusing to raise her head to answer Kakuya's questions. Kakurio is a different world. You used to live in Utsushio. Here you won't get hungry or get old. You'll just keep on playing with Kakuya, right here, until Kakuya gets bored. If you get bored, will you take me back? No, I won't. I'll break you. Kakuya doesn't like chatting, because you reveal secrets. Huh? What did I tell you? What did I tell? Who did I tell? Kaguya must be upset about me saying something about NG, but Ami wouldn't know that I know, because she doesn't know that I'm watching her like this. But you can relax. I won't break you until I get bored. Ami, what do you want to play today? Tag, hide and seek, word games, house, or... Ami. Seems like you saw her. How'd it go? From what Kakuya said, it sounds like Ami is trapped in a place called Kakurio. Kakurio? Like the Kakurio mentioned in Shinto? What, you know something about it? Just the basics of the religion. We're in Utsushio, the realm of the living. Kakurio refers to the realm of the dead. I'm not entirely sure that Kakurio that Kakuya is talking about is the same thing. That's not what I'm interested in. How do I get to Kakurio? Why the hell do you think I would know? I bet even Rose wouldn't know. We don't even know what Kakuya means by Kakurio, so how would I know how to get there? I know now that Ami is in Kakurio. Unfortunately, I don't know what or where that is. Am I really powerless to help her? Don't get down, Light. Focus on what you can do for now. Let's open up that chest. That's what we came here for. I put the key in the lock and lift the lid of the chest. I saw a small, oddly shaped doll in a thick envelope. What? I feel compelled to scoop up the doll. It's an odd design with a girl's head on top of a stringy body. The face has a familiar hairstyle and hair color. It does a very good job of looking like Kakuya. Why is a doll with Kakuya's face here? Kakuya? Seriously? Why would this be in the Miroku residence? Don't ask me, how the hell should I know? The talk of dolls reminds me of the dolls with the girl's spirits in them that we found. I wonder if there's some sort of bloody source related to this doll, too. I couldn't help but think this doll is important, so I shove it into my pocket. And what about that envelope? I opened the envelope at Bond's request. It contains scratch paper with detailed descriptions of things and some photos of girls. It's a memo left behind by Yakumo Miroku. It looks like he wrote about the girls he killed. But even with this, we still can't figure out why Miroku did such a horrible thing. And these photos are... In the photos, I see a girl dancing on the stage wearing a white ballet outfit. This is from a ballet recital. That's right, the victim went missing when she was coming home from ballet practice. She was... I recall the appearance of the screaming author. Turned into... that? What the screaming author actually didn't want us to see. It was probably... Maybe that's why she attacked us here. She was probably afraid that we compare her to the photos of her old self that were in here. We leave the burnt-smelling attic, all of us full of dreary feelings. Well, you two certainly took a long time. I'd like to be filled in immediately, but the patrols are just about to start. We should leave here immediately. Let's meet at the Black Rabbit. I'll tell you what happened at the bar. Yeah, alright. I could use a bit of memory eraser after all the crap we just went through. I part with the other two and head to the station. Because I run to the train, I managed to reach Kisoji Station earlier than they do. I find Aunt Natsume in the Black Rabbit. She turns to me looking unhappy. Something's off. She's not her usual friendly self. Perfect timing. I was about to call you. What's up? A detective was just here. A lady named Ue. You know her, right? Ue? Yeah, I know her. I remember her. That tall lady, right? Miss Ue is helping me with Ami's case. She's told me a lot. Like that you've been out late at night recently. I guess that lady detective went and ran her mouth to Aunt Natsume. Is this her way of trying to pressure me because I was being uncooperative with her? You're doing something dangerous, aren't you? I can tell from those scratches on your arms. I look down at my arms and realize that I've got a number of scratches on them. Must have gotten them when I was being swung around by the screaming author. You're doing this for Ami, aren't you? You're looking for some girl in a kimono, right? Miss Ue told me what you said when you talked to the police. After Ami suddenly vanished from the bathroom, you met a girl in a kimono. And that girl said she kidnapped Ami, right? Yeah, that's right. So, it's just like Miss Ue said. The other place I talked to didn't tell me anything about that. Probably because it sounds so absurd. But why didn't you tell me yourself? Isn't it obvious? I didn't think you'd believe me either. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken you seriously. But I haven't learned anything these past 2 weeks. At this point, your story about her being spirited away is my best lead. Hiro, you'll tell me, right? She looks at me with a burning determination. The desperation of a mother who's lost her child. The persistence to find that child. I can't keep hiding it from her. Okay, I'll tell you everything. Give me a few minutes. I've got some people who are helping me. If they help me explain it, it'll make everything a bit easier to believe. Eventually, Bon and Rose arrive at the bar. After formally introducing Aunt Natsume to them, we start to talk about everything that's happened. We tell her about Kaguya, our investigations, spirits, and Kaguya's game. When I'm unsure how I should explain something, Bon and Rose help me out. And Natsume listens quietly until the very end, never interrupting. So that's what's happened. She seems shocked. That's not unexpected. I've actually faced a number of spirits now, and I still wonder if it's all just some nightmare. I understand if you don't believe our story, but every bit of it is true. Your daughter was kidnapped by this Kaguya doll. We in Light are pursuing it. I don't want you to get your hopes up for no reason, but at least your daughter's still alive. According to Light, people don't get hungry in the realm of the dead. Realm of the dead? Kakuryō? She repeats those words to herself quietly. Natsume, if there's anything at all that makes a connection for you, let us know. We need all the information we can get. Right. I don't remember it very well, but I think Miroku once wrote a story about the realm of the dead. Oh, Yakumo Miroku again, huh? This guy seems to have quite a few connections to Kaguya. Could it all be mere coincidence? How fascinating. When I hear Miroku's name, I remember all the disgusting and grotesque things I saw tonight. The corpse with girl's arms sewed onto it. That was what became of Yakumo Miroku, the children's author who murdered little girls. His acts of insanity and the girls' screams are all recorded on those tapes. Wait. Hey, and Natsume, I want to ask you something. Was Miroku a pedophile? What? Her eyes go wide at the unexpected question, but I press her again. Was Miroku a piece of crap who got off on tormenting kids? From what I know of him, he didn't have any hobbies like that. I never heard Satomi mention it either, and she was obsessed with him. Huh. I'm sure he hid his guilty pleasure so that no one else would find out. But the way Miroku sounded on that tape still bothers me. I can't believe someone who spoke so calmly could be doing something so depraved. Hey, Light, what's bothering you? You can't explain what we saw there without concluding that the guy was insane. Yeah, I know, but something's bugging me. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't figure out how to put it into words. Anyway, I've got a request for you, Miss Manager. Could you look into that book of Miroku's that references the realm of the dead? Just in case, you know. Yes, I'll do my best. Bon, Rose, I'm putting Ami's fate in your hands. And Natsume shudders and breaks down into tears. I'm not cut out for this gloomy stuff. Look, we'll find your daughter, alright? In exchange, stock up on decent booze for us. Bourbon's older than 10, that'll be fine by me. Hero, I'm so sorry, I'm putting you in danger. But there's nobody else I can turn to now. Please, save Ami. The next thing I know, it's already past midnight. We say goodbye to Aunt Natsume and leave the bar. After saving, this continues, the night actually is not over yet. Well then, I'll be taking my leave. I am a denizen of the night after all, there's much to do before the sun rises. Stop trying to sound cool. We all know you're probably just going to wander around drinking until the break of dawn. Light, let me know if Kakuya contacts you again. I'll be there in a flash if you need me. Rose disappears in the direction of the taxi stand. We're finally freed of that woman. Can't handle selfish, inconsiderate women like her. You two actually seem pretty similar in that category to me, old man. Same to you, twerp. Anyway, come with me. I'd rather just get some sleep. Quit griping. I'm pulling rank and telling you to come out, so shut up and follow me. What are you, a drill sergeant? Where are you dragging me? If it's a pachinko or mahjong, I'm going home. Where? Well, to the Miroku residence. I go back to the Miroku residence with Bon. On the way, I ask Bon repeatedly why we're going there, but all I get is some lame reply like just to take care of some business. I guess I'll see when we get there for myself. Why do we gotta do this now? Unlike kids, adults don't get anything like a summer break. I'm busy during the day, so I gotta fit this stuff in whenever I can. But you get national holidays and stuff, right? Yeah, but that's horse racing season. It's not a vacation for me. I really shouldn't have asked. I just wasted my time. That's what you get for playing detective. Come on, let's get a move on. So where are we going in here? We're not messing with that corpse, are we? Shut it, I don't want to remember that. We're going up to the attic. We pass through the hidden hallway and climb up the rickety wood ladder. We're back in the attic again. I can still faintly detect a burnt stench. Alright, let's get down to business. Bond puts his hand in his pocket. He takes out a small, thin box. What's in that? Incense, obviously. We're holding a memorial, though just a quick one. Come on, you say a quick prayer too. You don't want to get on her bad side. Bond takes a small incense burner out of his pocket and places it in a corner of the room. He sets up the incense and lights it. The unique fragrance of incense fills the room. That should do it. Honestly, it would have been better to do this right after we took care of her, but the patrolman is about to come around. You take this stuff pretty seriously, huh? You always do stuff like this? I'm not that virtuous. I only offer up incense when kids have gotten wrapped up in a case. I lost my son to a spirit. What? Did you just say you had a son? What's that look for? Is it honestly so strange that I'd have a wife and kid? Well, they're both ancient history to me now anyway. It wasn't Kaguya that did it, was it? No, it wasn't. The spirit's already been dealt with. The head of that one family and a crappy detective got it. Is that the guy who's your sponsor? Yeah, that's right. Guess Rose told you. Then there's nothing to take revenge on. There's no reason for you to risk your life hunting spirits. It's part of my journalistic nature. While I was pursuing my son's killer, I was introduced to the world of spirits. Each and every spirit is hiding some dark truth underneath all of its artifices. I guess I'm just helplessly drawn to uncovering those truths. I want to expose all their secrets. Bond's eyes light up in the darkness like he's stalking some kind of majestic beast. But I feel like I also catch a hint of sadness in that sparkle too. Maybe it's just my imagination. And to do that, I'll risk putting myself in danger and occasionally help put a kid to rest. So you better make yourself useful, Light. Enough rambling. We're done here, so let's head back. I shine the flashlight down at her feet as we make our way to the ladder. The bloodstain on the floor emerges from the darkness as the light catches it. Rest in peace, young lady. By the time we reach the station, the last train has already left. I've got no other choice, so I get a taxi to take me back home. Of course, I have Bond cover the fare. When I close the front door, I feel all the energy drain out of me and I let out a big sigh. This long day is finally over. Screaming Author's been updated. Screaming Author is gone. How much longer must I fight spirits? Miroku is dead, found corpse. Who was Yakumo Miroku? Just some lunatic? Why'd he do all that? Role? Makes no sense. Realm of the Dead. That's where Ami is. And here's the other page. So this is the summary. Miroku kidnapped and killed many girls. It was their role. He disfigured them, then killed them. The 4 girls' names were Ai, Hana, Sachi, and Tsubasa. Particularly beautiful young Tsubasa aspired to be a ballerina, only she got wings and legs from Miroku to become a crane. The crane cried because she didn't want anyone to see her. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. Those tortures that took place at the Miroku residence. The 4 murdered girls plus the killer himself, Yakumo Miroku, turned up dead too. What the hell was going on in that mansion? I don't know the answer to that yet. Will we find out soon? My thoughts run away from me, and before I know it, the sky is bright out. I really should get some sleep.